administrator comments. Donna, do you have anything you want to add?
Happy New Year, that's it.
That's it, very good. Okay, down to the consent agenda. Anything on any of this? I'm going to go through A through B as one item. We're going to take one vote.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda, minutes, paid bills, unpaid bills.
And so,
Any correspondence?
Yep. There's a motion made.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Roll call, you want a roll call for that? So,
We have to.
Bobby?
Bert?
Yes.
Roberta?
Yes.
And Peter also, yes, thank you. Financial review. As I told you, Bobby, my questions on this were reflected back in the other minutes, so I have no more questions on them.
Okay. I just have a quick question on 5B, Donna, closure of the Pearl Street debit card.
Yes, I was just wondering if the SRA wants me to continue using the debit card in my possession, which is attached to the Pearl Street account for any expenditures in the future.
Is that a matter of just renaming the account?
Well, it's just the funds are coming from the Pearl Street checking account rather than the Perry Street checking account.
Oh, got you.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry. Yep.
I mean, I don't really have too much of a problem, but there's always that, that bill that might come in or an expense that might come in. So maybe it's something that we hold off on.
Okay, and Roberta has something to say too.
Oh.
No, I mean, I think, I agree with Bob. I think that any bills can be coming out of that other account, I would think at this time. Because the insurance and everything does, basically our main address is where you are right now. So, I mean, I don't know. Does it really hurt to keep it open? I'm second guessing myself.
It doesn't hurt. I have no issue with it. I just wanted to make sure that I was following the will of the SRA. So that's why I posed the question.
Okay. And you have one for Perry Street?
No.
You only have one debit card?
And that's for the Pearl Street. That's the one in my possession.
Okay.
Because I gave you the Perry Street one back at the October meeting.
Okay. And Roberta, did I give that to you when we went to the bank?
Yes, you did. So I think I want to hold on to that for a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. All right, and the A, I know it took us a while and we finally got the report. Did we submit it?
No, that's why I do have a vote may be taken, because I am asking for a vote tonight
Okay.
to send that.
So everything was completed as was the previous year, is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is, it has Pearl Street, 10 Pearl Street on one section of the report and 7 Pearl Street on another, but I think that's because she maybe was not notified of the, so I mean,
Okay.
but other than that, I'd say it's good to go.
Okay. All right then. Roberta, did you have anything?
Nope, somebody can make a motion and I'll support it.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the annual report for the Executive Office of Housing.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor, obviously, Bobby?
Yes.
And Roberta, yes? And myself, yes. Good.
Okay.
Is that it? Address change? What's this address change for Bartholomew? That's just an FYI?
I do not have the ability to make that address change, so somebody who's on the account, and I think that's you, Bob, would have to notify Bartholomew of our new address change.
No.
I'll give that a shot and get in touch with them as far as that's concerned. I know,
But we'd also have to alert, and I'd be happy to do it, the assessor's office, because they require you to fill out a form for your address change, Conroy, and the attorney of our new address change.
okay.
So I can do that.
Yeah, and maybe for future reference, we might want to think about getting a P.O. box or something to that effect for our mail.
We had one in the past, yeah.
you know, that might be better rather than going through the change.
Every time, right.
Right, because if this changes in, you know, at some point, then we'd be doing it again. So it might just be best to get a PO box. I don't know what your take on that, Roberta.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, before you change it, I'd say that we authorize somebody to go to the post office and get a box, smaller one.
Yeah. But Dawn, is that something you'd be able to do?
Sure,
Okay. And you have you'd be able to charge that on the debit card that you
I
have?
believe so, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'd rather do that than go change it and then have to change it again. Or so PO box would just be one central location that we can get our information from.
Right up here, Bob.
Okay.
All right, number 6, Perry Street, the tax exemption request.
All right, I have information on that. So I emailed, we've in correspondence with Town Manager Coulter. I know there was we were supposed to have answers by the last select board meeting, which was like a week ago. I explained to him in the email how Bob and I have been there, we contacted the assessors. We paid all this money in attorney fees and we got no results. So at the sometime last week, he said he was going to look into it. So the ball's in his court at this point.
Okay. Just my follow-up with that, you know, we started this process in October of last year, so we're going on 15 months to, you know,
It's further than that. I sent the email to Roberta, it was February.
okay, so even longer, and it's costing us money, but I know to kind of push this through the goal line at our last meeting, we only paid half of the tax bill. So I'm just, you know, I'm just following up on that to see if, you know, there's any, anything we can do, or at the end of the day, we're just pretty much gonna have to pay that and, you know,
And the new tax bill has come in, so we need to decide how to handle that.
correct, that's what I saw in the packet, so, so there's no sense of timeline, you know, 2 weeks, a month, anything like that?
No, nothing was said. I would say that we just pay half again.
Okay,
I mean, I'm sure it's showing that we have a balance of half.
yeah, I would think so, yeah.
I would say just pay that, you know, I don't know if you'll vote with me. I'll say just pay half again and see where it goes.
Mr. Zoll did contact me, as you know, over the weekend, and he had an update, but Roberta said to hold off on contacting him, so.
Okay. Okay, all right. Again, it's just a long, drawn-out process, and spent a lot of money to confirm something that we all feel that we're entitled to, and that's unfortunate, because from my perspective, it's just a waste of money and time. So I'll just leave 6A, and we can go on to 6B if everyone's okay with that.
It's fine with me.
Well-
Can I make a recommendation on 6B that we table that to the next meeting?
That's fine, but still going back to 6A, I'm gonna make a motion that we pay half the tax bill,
Okay, motion made. Bobby,
because paid by the end of the month.
motion made by Roberta, Bobby.
I'll second that.
All right, all in favor? Because we have the votes right here with the three of us. I'm in favor, Bob,
Yes.
Roberta,
Yes,
obviously, okay. Now to 6B, do you, is that all right with you if we table that until the next meeting?
we can table it, or we can see how we do time-wise with the rest of the stuff.
It's fine with me, it's all right. We can go on with it, 6B, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, we can hold it off to the end of the meeting if we have time.
Oh, okay, all right, let's table it to the end of the meeting then. Anybody we're supposed to vote on that, to table things out of the order. So can you make a motion, we can table that to the end of the meeting?
Yeah, I'll
6B.
make a motion to table 6B sale of property till the end of the meeting.
Okay.
Second.
Second, Bobby, yes?
Yes.
Roberta, yes? Peters, yes. 6C.
All right.
We need to come up with a snow removal solution, because we had a storm recently, and it was a skating.
Disaster.
It was a skating rink out here.
I don't think that was all due to us, but it was, the town had a dilemma in plowing in general, so that's where it is. Because we're all street front. Everything here in our parking is all abutted to the street. So it's not anything we would do, it would have just been.
No,
when
but
they
the
came.
parking area was all.
It was all a mess, yeah.
Right.
Right there, yeah, so. Who have we had in the past?
I don't know, I haven't handled that.
I don't think we've ever had
Yeah,
anyone.
that's right.
Yeah. So do we want to reach out and get someone that, you know, when it snows to come in and, you know, spread some salt and clean the walkway?
I don't know. I don't know if somebody wants to reach out to the town and see if they'll just slide a little closer to the building. I don't know.
Okay.
If they, for us,
Yeah, all right, well, that's, we'll check
I mean,
it out. Yeah, we'll make those inquiries, yeah.
it may not be a bad idea for somebody to buy some rock salt, you know, and leave it in her front door, so at least she has rock salt or sand or something. I know it's heavy. So I guess I'm picking on one of you guys, if maybe we could buy some and leave it so she has it in her front door, at least it's something.
Someone come in?
I can buy the rock salt.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
she moved the copier, so she can do just about anything, that's for sure.
Yeah, you gotta hear though, that was the main thing.
Okay, so we'll inquire with the DPW, and based on that conversation, if we get some help, that'd be great. If we don't, then we'll have to reach out to someone private and see if we can get their services.
Sure,
Right.
very good.
Okay.
Now we'll go to 6D, request for parking at 10 Perry.
We received another request from someone
Next door?
next door.
The neighbor, the
The property behind them, yeah.
Oh, behind them?
Yeah, I sent the email to Roberta, and Roberta, you did speak to that person, right? And you said you had to take a vote on it.
Right, she's a tenant of next door. I asked her, she kept on asking me, and I said I have no authority on my own. I mean, I didn't think we wanted to open up this can of worms because we've had issues. That's why we had to put up the sign. And then she gets back and says, I says, why don't you just park where you parked last winter? And since the owner has died, I guess she's had an issue. But she also said they were moving out the beginning of February. So I don't know where they're parking right now. I don't drive by there at night. She may be. I say we don't authorize, my opinion is we don't authorize anybody to park there.
Yeah, I don't think we can.
Yeah. and
After we put that sign up, I don't
Yeah,
think we
and I
can.
know, I think we said no to someone, we can't say yes to someone else. I
Exactly.
just-
From the same building,
Yeah.
right.
Right.
So, yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, right, I mean, they got the wiry things out front, so it's not even like they're being allowed to park out in front on the grass. So, I mean, I feel bad for them. That's probably why they're moving out. I don't really know, so.
Yeah. It's, I get it, but that is a big can of worms if we did that.
Right.
Yeah. All right, so there's that.
Yeah.
Number 7, selection of new accounting firm.
All right, I'll speak on this. Obviously, the accounting firm that we just voted on tonight, granted we have been, the last 2 meetings we've been out, but it was supposed to be something submitted, I thought, by around April, and here we are at the end of the year, finally submitting it. I think we should find someone local, and we also had an issue last year with the same firm about getting Donna her 1099.
And that's due to me by January 31st.
Yes, I know that. So I'm going to throw this out there, Bob. Don't hate me. I'm going to suggest that we ask Bob Desmond. I know he's a member. Are you hearing me, Bob Desmond?
Nice.
If we could do Donna's 1099 for this year. Because who are we going to get to do something in 2 or 3 weeks?
Well, why don't you stay with the current company and have them do the form and then choose a new?
That would be the smarter thing to do. I don't think it's a smart idea to have Bobby do it, just because he's a member.
No, I understand that. That's why I said it. But I mean, that means this information is going to have to get to them like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't know if I can conjure up all that information and submit it to them so she gets it by January 31st. I mean, I thought last year you had a hard time getting it on time.
I did, and I was at work, and I didn't know who she was, and she was texting me, asking me for my social security number to be texted to her.
Oh,
Yeah. But you have the figures, right? For the year, the 1099 figure?
I have my invoices for the year.
Yeah, or the checks. I mean, we could certainly look at the bank statement and come up with a dollar figure. And, you know, we could reach out to her tomorrow and say, you know, would you be able to do this in, you know, in a timely fashion? I'd say unlike last year, but, you know, I'll bite my tongue, because I know I contacted her 3 or 4 times, and then I know you contacted her 3 or 4 other times. So if you want to try that, and if we have success, that's great. If we don't, push comes to shove, then we can always, you know, look at alternatives.
yeah, I use the account that we get, just to make sure, though, Donna may have been reimbursed and written a check to reimburse her for, say, Staples, I don't know, something. So I don't want her to,
Coleman.
you know,
Yep.
if she was reimbursed for something, because she may have, I don't know, she has.
Well, I would go by the invoices that were in the monthly reports.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so if somebody wants to, if Donna's gonna handle that and send that out to her.
You feel comfortable with that, Donna?
Get it in time, that's all I can say.
I can go through my invoices tomorrow. I don't know whether she can do it in time. And
Right. But you feel comfortable sending her an email and saying, you know, you provided this to us last year. The expectation is you do it again this year. Is that going to be a problem in a timely fashion?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes she doesn't get back to me within
know.
weeks, though.
I know. I dealt with her last year, and it was really, you know. So, but at least if we make the effort, and you know, it doesn't, she doesn't respond, then we'll go in a different direction.
Okay. I'll CC everyone on that tomorrow, so that way you know that it was done.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Did we get it for you in time last year?
Yes.
We did. Okay.
Okay.
It's like the day of, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so number 8, we're moving along. Firefighter status, the statute status update.
Yeah, I spoke to somebody, I'm not gonna say who, did speak to the fire chief. So this isn't dead in the water yet, but I spoke to this person a month ago and I haven't heard anything. So, like I said, I've reached out to them. This person supposedly has 2. We'll see where it goes. So if it comes back up in the future, I'm just letting you know it's kind of out of my hands, because this person had a little more pull or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's not in the water, but I'm just letting you know that I'm done with what I can do for now.
Okay.
So just to revisit that real quick, your goal was to have a statue at the new fire station donated from the Redevelopment Authority.
Correct.
And you know, no cost to anyone other than the Redevelopment Authority, and that's pretty much fallen on deaf ears.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
authority are we looking for from the town?
I know, from the fire chief.
But just authority, no, what's stopping us from just going forward and doing a statue?
Well, it's town property.
Okay.
The
Yeah, but,
fire doesn't want, if the firemen don't want it, then. you
oh,
can't-
I thought they were in favor of it. I'm sorry. I thought they were
Well-
already in favor of it.
Seem to be, and now they're haven't responded back to me, and it's been since the summer.
That's all right. Then, yeah, you're right. I
That's
agree with you then.
That's unfortunate, but okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
No big deal. I mean, it's their loss, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. All right, number 9, solar array warrant article.
Yeah, I was hoping, no offense, that we could have had an article for the special town meeting, but everything was due in by the end of the year. We didn't have a meeting. And now that the town is actually finally getting personal property tax from the solar array, I was hoping that maybe we could have done an article. I think it was like around 300,000 they were getting from them.
I think it was 315, if I remember correctly.
Is that a year?
Okay. Thought maybe we could say, hey, it's on our property. Maybe we could have asked town meeting to maybe put it into a stabilization account, or mean, that's my opinion, but the ship has sailed for this year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we're coming right up on the back door right now. Springtown meetings warrants they're gonna open soon. So, I mean, you're still in the time frame. Basically, this special coming up is focused on that school, right? Is
Yeah,
it
but
on
the
school
other
vote?
one, current articles would do at the end of the year,
Yeah.
For the special or the annual?
spring, for the annual town
Oh,
meeting.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not doing special, but
okay.
we may required all the signatures, so I thought we could do it then, before the new
Okay.
budget. And now it's too late for the real town meeting,
Yeah.
so.
Well, my only, I guess, two questions on that. How many years did we miss out on the personal property tax? Was it 2 or was it 3 or do you know offhand by chance?
Well, our daughter would probably know better, but I've been on, I think will be 3 years Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
and so that's never got any money from them.
So $315,000 out the door for either a year or 2,
Definitely more than that.
maybe even longer.
Since they
Wow, that's just
dropped the lights.
unbelievable that we let that money walk out the door. But as far as town meeting is concerned, we don't have just the annual town meeting anymore. We have special after special. So
Right.
maybe we look at it as the special in the fall. Obviously we can't make the annual, but we could certainly start getting some signatures. And I think some people would probably be a little bit interested to know that we lost that revenue, and now we want to do something with it specific. Which would make a lot more sense than not collecting it.
Right. Yeah, it's just the fact that it's special town meeting, you're gonna need 100 signatures versus 10.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's something we can certainly look into.
Right. What's another year gone by?
What's another 315, right?
Right, exactly. All right, next one, senior housing, number 10. I think this is
Okay.
you, Roberta, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is me. All right, so this is my new thought. Hopefully it's better than the building that you're sitting in. I've been wanting to do senior housing. I talked to Robin Grimm about this. In a nutshell, next to the Council on Aging, the town owns the property on Talbot Street. I had proposed putting, I hate calling them tiny houses, but they're small houses, 24 by 24. They would be just for seniors. The town of Stoughton would get first crack. They would be year-round, not duplexes, not apartments. I proposed we could probably get about 18 homes in there. I talked to town manager Coulter about it a couple of times, talked to a developer. I've talked to the planner about it. The zoning already has been changed one-fold a year ago at town meeting when I talked to him about it a few years ago. But since the houses would be tighter together, the lots would be smaller, we'd still probably have to have town meeting approval. And we would if we wanted to do this, we would have to incur the cost of an engineer because the engineering department couldn't do it. Probably about $10,000 to $15,000. And the town manager, I don't want to get too involved into it because I know Bob's got to leave early, but it would be something that we could help redevelop. It would be town-owned property, town-owned land. The developer would come, the lots would all be done up by us, we'd pay for the engineering, you would own the piece of property, you wouldn't be paying a condo fee, the town would accept the road, you'd have trash pickup, water, sewer, all that other good stuff. And it's an alternative to a senior living in a, 4-story building with no yard, no anything, no porch. It's a different way of living in a, a smaller section of town, a smaller segment, I guess. And I was just throwing it out there to get your feedback on it before I try to push it any further.
Go ahead, Bob.
I think it's a great idea. Certainly it's something that, I'd be for. What would we utilize? I mean, obviously the 10 to 15,000 we could vote on for engineering, but as far as the funding source, where would the funds come from?
What funds? To be,
To build.
okay, so the way that I looked at it, and I talked to Mr. Calder about it, is that the town owns the land,
Yep.
and we would do an RFP, request for proposal,
Yep.
have a developer come in and build what we specify. Okay, just say it's 18 houses, whatever, with the road, yada, yada. And the way that we or the town would get paid is after these cookie cutter little homes are built, we would get paid by either, say, one or two of the houses, not that we're gonna move in, but we would sell them. And so in lieu of paying up front, the developer would pay us at the end by a certain percentage or whatever of the homes that are built. And then when we went and sold them to preferably a Stoughton resident, which would be first choice, senior, then the money would go in the town's pocket and or the redevelopment, or would split, or however we would work it out with the town manager.
Wow, okay, that's,
It's definitely something to keep, to move forward, I mean, to
Yeah.
keep going with, yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of preliminary work to be done, but yeah, it sounds like a great project.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm just going to, I'm obviously not asking for any vote or anything. If you're okay with me contacting the town planner again about how the second stage of how they would change the zoning there, and I think that would.
The only caveat I have, I would recommend that the town planner talk to the whole board and not just one member of the board.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's,
So if
If
they
we
can
could-
come just like you are tonight as a remote member or whatever, but yeah, I think it's just better, there's no miscommunication going around that way.
that's a good idea, Peter. All right.
But yeah, absolutely, this thing's, yeah, definitely, don't waste any time on it, yeah.
yeah. My only other suggestion would be, maybe we reach out to the, senior housing director. I think it's
Taunton.
Taunton.
Colleen.
Is it Colleen?
Yeah,
Um,
Doherty.
and just, maybe get, some feedback, or, have they gone through this type of project, and what, any ideas they might want to share with us, the do's, the don'ts, or something to that effect as well.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done anything like this. I don't know any other town that's done this.
Okay.
I have some, I'll give you some other good contact on that after the meeting too, Roberta, on that, hang on after, don't hang up after we adjourn.
Okay, gotcha.
On the-
right.
Go ahead.
Well, let me just say one more thing. So I will contact the town planner then, see if I can set something up maybe for the next meeting.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Okay, thank you.
Number 11, constant contact subscription, not renewed. What is that?
That was basically a database that would allow us to send mailings out.
Oh,
It
gotcha.
was
Gotcha.
bought mainly for the purpose of the urban renewal plan. We've never used it, so I recommended to the chair that we cancel it since we were paying a yearly,
Oh, yeah.
a monthly, and she agreed with me. The Wix.com just came up for renewal. That allows our website that BSC built pertaining to the urban renewal plan to be hosted. And
They're the host, okay.
yeah, and if we didn't renew it, all that data that we paid BSC for would get lost.
So we keep that one, it sounds like.
Right,
we
which
have
is,
to.
but it had to be renewed on December 31st, so I contacted the chair,
Mhm.
and I spoke to my husband, an IT professional, and he said basically all that data would be lost if we chose not to renew that.
Smart to renew it then.
Right.
We did, okay,
What's
yeah.
the cost associated with that?
I believe it's $364 a year,
Okay.
Minimal.
but I put it there in case you wanted to debate whether or not you wanted to continue paying for it,
Sure.
because the urban renewal plan,
Everything's there.
everything's there, maps and everything, but we're not moving forward with the urban renewal plan because we handed it over to the town, so that's why I put it up there as a,
No, wait a minute, when did we hand it over? Did we hand it over to the town?
Yep.
Yeah, as it stands, the last portion of that was, we got approval from the planning board, and then we had to bring it to town staff, and they had to make their recommendations, and once they did, they would bring it in front of the select, well, the town manager, then he would bring it in front of the select board. We did that, and I think that was in September. I followed up. I think only one person that was in that meeting had made some comments, and I've followed up a couple times, and you know, it's in the town's hands with the town staff. Any type of recommendations that they, you know, changes that they wanted to make, you know.
Oh, that's in their hands.
Yeah.
So basically, we still have the actual product, we have control of the plan itself. That's what I thought, you handed it over to them. But
No.
you're just waiting for the feedback to them.
Yeah, I mean, it's been, you know.
It's been a long time.
We're
Yeah.
going on 6 months here for
Yeah.
people to just look at a, you know, either say yes or no. It's unfortunate, it's, you know, spent a lot of money on that, and they certainly, you know, should provide us with the feedback so we can move forward
Sure.
or not move forward. So again, it's just another thing that's been waiting in the pipeline from the town side.
What, is this Wix or the other one related?
This is Wix. Basically, BSC built the website, and I have the ability to go in and make minor edits to it. So I
Sure.
did go in and put the Perry Street address on it.
Okay.
But I am listed as like a co-author, and BSC is listed as the primary author of the website.
Yeah, because they control the website, right? That's what they get paid to do, right? Is to manage the website?
More
Supposedly.
hosted, I would say. rather
Just
than-
hosting it?
I would think.
Yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so. But we're paying that yearly fee for it,
Right.
and I don't know if the SRA wants to continue paying the yearly fee for it if we're no longer doing anything with the urban renewal plan.
Well, I wouldn't say it's dead in the water.
All right,
Since-
let me,
Yeah, go ahead, Roberta.
all right, so, we did have a meeting that you were not at, and there's a cost to bring this through to the state,
50 grand.
$50,000 to $75,000.
Yeah, I was at that meeting.
Oh, you were, and
Yeah.
were you at the vote that we said we weren't going to
Correct.
the town? Okay, so, the thing, all right, you understand that. So
Yeah.
this is the part that I don't get. I don't mind paying $300 a year for this.
Right.
I find it very odd that the previous redevelopment and the one I sat on, who continually paid this BSC group, we don't have, after spending, I don't know how much money, we don't have a copy of the urban renewal plan. If we don't give them $300 a year, we're gonna lose it? That's just
You mean
so.
we can't draw that down off of their website?
No, we have a copy of the urban
Yeah, I
renewal
thought-
plan, but they put all different maps up there, and they put like a history of the SRA. It's at stoughtonredevelopment.org.
Oh, I say keep
Okay.
it. Yeah, I definitely say keep it. For
Okay,
now,
like-
I mean, go ahead, Roberta, I'm sorry.
I'm spending the 300 something bucks a year. I guess I just thought, she says everything's gone away. I would say, I would hope we would have a hard copy.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just drive or something.
Yeah, we do. I know we do, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so you already paid for it, or?
I did pay for it. I just was letting you know that I
Okay.
did renew it after speaking to the chair.
All right, so we're good for 2025?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect.
All right,
Very good.
okay.
Calendar of due dates.
Yeah, this is something I brought up a year ago. I just wanted a calendar, and I have it in front of me. When things to do, the taxes, so we won't come across, the business owner's policy, the stuff, the accountant. We need to have all these things in place so we're not scrambling to get Donna a 1099 at the end of the year. So I'm not gonna go over the whole thing. But I will say that I did look at the bills, and I noticed our business owner policy, the liability policy, since we went down to one location, we were paying $60 a month, automatically withdrawn. And I noticed in the packet, this last month, it was a lot more. So I called up the insurance, and I says, we lost we're down a location for liability. It went up like $1,400.
Is this with Morse or is this John Russell?
John Russell's.
Okay. Wow.
And it's through, like, say, Providence Mutual or something, but it went up good amount of money.
Wow.
So you probably should have received the actual policy, Donna, because I gave them your email. Did you get it at the SRA email, like a 30-page policy?
I've only been getting, like, your payments have been deposited. I didn't receive the policy, though.
All right, because I gave them the email. I'll have to call again because I'd like to see what's on this policy. If there's anything we can, I know everybody's insurance has gone up, but that seemed to be an awful lot of money.
Did they give a reason when you called?
Nope. That's just how it panned out.
So basically they said that's what it is, the increase is what it is because of, that's the insurance company. Are we still with the same carrier?
No, we got a new carrier
That's
last year
Okay.
when we added, so this is the starting of the second year with Providence Mutual.
With no claims made, right?
Oh, I do have a document, it came in a day ago.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
But they're anywhere from 15 to 30 pages.
But when you spoke with them, there wasn't anything specific? I mean,
Nope.
all right.
And I believe that Pearl Street was taken off of it. I think he could see that.
Yeah.
But he was gonna look into something, and that was probably close to a week ago. But I'm, it's crazy money.
Yeah, that's,
So
You
it was an
know?
increase of $1,400?
I think it was around $1,400.
Jesus. All right.
Okay, I'll send it to everyone now.
Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Donna.
So that was the deal on,
Okay.
whatever we were talking about.
That's fine. No, it's good to know. I didn't realize that was,
Yeah,
no, okay. And we had no claims made, correct? Did I asked that, right? There was no
No.
claims on the policy made, right?
It's
That's an awful big increase.
it is.
Anyway, all right, we do that. We're good with that one?
Yeah.
All right, legal invoice, can we, all right, we'll do all that. I've read the legal invoices on number 13. Anybody have any questions on them?
Nope.
Bobby?
no,
I'll entertain a motion to approve.
so made?
Second?
Thank you. Roberta's a yes? Yes? Bobby?
Yes.
Yes? Myself, yes? Passes, okay, unanimous.
So are these all from the Perry Street account or the Pearl Street account? I don't have them in front of me. I'm assuming they're all, Perry Street.
One has to do with Page Street,
That's what I.
one has to do with Perry Street. Page Street and Perry Street.
Yeah, I don't think there was a Pearl Street.
Okay, so, yeah. All right, so you're gonna pay them from two different accounts then, correct, Donna?
I believe the checks that I made out are from 2 different accounts.
Beautiful, thank you.
Awesome. All right, 14, vote to approve the 10/9/24 executive session minutes. Everybody had a chance to review those?
Yes?
Yes.
Yes? Motion made? Anyone?
Motion to approve executive minutes for 10/9/2024.
Motion made by Bob. Roberta?
I'm seconding that motion.
Second the motion, I'll take it as a yes, and I'm a yes as well. That is
Yep.
it. It passes. Okay, I'll say, action, I want to say, do we need to go over 16?
Maybe, it's 6:40, we could,
That's executive session.
that's executive section,
Yeah,
section.
executive session
Thank you.
material, right?
And then,
Oh, that's it, that's
and
17.
then if, I don't know if you wanted to review, 6B.
The sale,
That's what's, yeah,
the
6B.
sale of Perry Street.
So I think we could do that, if you wanted to do that.
Okay.
All right, who wants to start on this one?
Are we selling?
Ooh.
Well, that's what we're kind of gearing towards.
Yeah, I mean, so I know, I'm just being facetious on that part. My opinion on that, if we're gonna put this on the market, I says, we've had a long-standing tenant here for, well, obviously a long time.
I don't
But
know if we should be talking about this and,
Do we move this over? I mean,
Yeah, I
I don't
think
know,
we
then we
move it.
can move this over to an executive session
Yeah.
if you want.
Well, I think you have to take the vote in open session as to whether you're gonna sell or not, and then when you actually negotiate
But
the
you can do the whole
sale.
thing in executive, so I mean, you can do the whole thing in executive. Because sale and acquisition is part of an executive, example of what executive session is, so you can move it, the whole thing can go there.
I'd feel more comfortable doing it in executive rather than discussing that in public.
Oh, I agree, but I thought you had to take the vote itself.
Oh, he does have to take a vote to go in executive session.
Exact-
No, I
To
thought
move
you
it
had
to-
to vote to sell or not sell in
No.
open session, and then
It may not,
discuss.
that vote may not be a true vote yet.
Right.
So that's the whole, all the discussion gets moved over to executive
Okay.
sessions on that one.
Okay, I'm
Go
to
ahead.
adjourn
Motion to adjourn the meeting, anyone,
and go into executive session.
okay.
Second,
Motion's been made and seconded, made by Roberta, seconded by Bobby, I also vote yes. Regular meeting is adjourned.